Hello, and welcome to the MAV podcast, the NEDA Series, 3rd episode. Yeet. This is amazing. We're already on our 3rd episode for this mini-series, and I'm excited to wrap it up.
Okay, so if you didn't listen to the first 2 episodes, the first one was about eating disorders in general, and then the second one was about the NEDA organization. And this one, we're going to be talking about the NEDA Walks, their main fundraising kind of like operation, which are all super fun. So
amazing. Okay, so not only will we be talking about the NEDA Walk, but also we managed to interview 2 people. Originally, I was going to interview Jessica Hickman. She's one of the lead coordinators for the NEDA Walk, but sadly she wasn't able to respond. But instead, we got somebody named Paige Sklar who responded, and she's also one of the coordinators for it. And she so happily decided to answer those questions for us, which we'll cover later on. And then Abby, who did you interview?
Oh, well, I interviewed Tina. I was confused. Yeah, Tina, she's my personal nutritional therapist and has been a nutritional therapist for over 25 years. Super fun. We just emailed her some questions, kind of her connections to NEDA and the NEDA Walk, which she's been pretty involved because last spring she actually organized a walk, the first Lexington Walk, which was the most successful pilot NEDA Walk in history, and it fundraised like over $17,000, so it was pretty good, and there were a lot of people. And BCTC didn't mind to let people bring their dogs, so we had a lot of dogs, and it was wonderful. But yeah, so she's done a lot with NEDA, and she knows what's up.
Yep. So on this NEDA Walk, we're just going to be explaining like a couple things about it, how you can register and stuff like that, and we'll have a link down in the description to the actual page. It's nedawalk.org, and that's how you can register and find out different places around the U.S. So, the first page that came up was the registering page. Super fun. Ooh. You can find a walk team or a walker. You can select the event. Like there's Austin, Texas. There's Dallas, Texas. A lot of places in Texas. Charleston, South Carolina. And Charlotte, North Carolina. It's just all over the place. But there is one coming up in the spring in Lexington, Kentucky as well, which Abby and I will be attending. It's going to be a lot of fun and great. And also you can set up your own teams. Like I joined Abby's team. What team is it called?
Abby's Warriors.
Abby's Warriors.
Yeah.
Amazing. Basically, it's like new NEDA walks. They're always being added all the time. And if you don't see a walk in your community, just check back, refresh the page, and hopefully something pops up.
Yeah, generally they have different walks, like a group of walks in the fall and different walks in the spring. So if your location isn't on the list, say like when you check now, they've probably got like the end of the fall and the beginning of spring, so it might be coming later in the spring or next fall, so you might have missed it, but that's no issue. You can always go to the next one or one that may be a little bit closer. So yeah,
amazing. And also you can donate through these teams. Like I'm planning on donating to our team, of course, because gotta donate. But also there's I see here that there's like the top teams and top walkers who have donated, and for the top teams, the team's called Tortoise and the Hare, and they donated $4,150.
Oh yeah, there's always like a group of people that just kill it, like it's like a big group of people and they'll just keep going for that. Yeah, it's crazy.
And for the top walker, we have, I hope I don't butcher this name.
Where are you looking?
On the NEDA, I looked up NEDA Walk.
Oh, like general.
Yeah,
like,
general.
Oh,
like
okay. I thought you were
overall.
looking at a specific walk.
No.
Okay. But yeah, they do have rankings for specific walks, but this is for overall NEDA, so this is even cooler.
And our top walker, like, so a singular person, hopefully I don't butcher this name, Annie Wechler, and she donated $5,038 for the NEDA Walk. So that is absolutely fantastic. We love that from people. And, I'm sorry?
What was I going to say?
Oh,
That's
okay. And then there's, like, people question every so often, like, why do the walk? And, the only answer I can give you is that everybody knows somebody. Like 30 million Americans of all backgrounds will struggle with an eating disorder in their lifetime, but no one needs to fight these illnesses alone. And also, we're just stronger together. By walking as a unified force, we can provide the power of community and show the world that eating disorders are no match for us. Yeet. And you can post about your own stories and stuff from the NEDA Walk, and how empowering it is. Like, for example, there's a story on here by Luis and Sam, and it's titled "A Survivor and Her Supporter." And Luis tweeted. Wow, my brain's all over the place. My apologies. She said, "Participating in NEDA Walks gives me strength, motivation, and encouragement. Each year I'm reminded that I'm not alone in this battle against myself, and that there is a strong community of beautiful souls fighting right alongside me." Very wholesome. I like that.
Yeah, the whole NEDA community is just super wholesome, and they all support each other. Like, when you go to the walk, they always have, like, some positive vibes music. Typically they'll have, like, just things up around, just encouraging you to accept you for who you are. And at the first one that I went to at Bellarmine in Louisville, they had a chalkboard that people wrote little messages on, and it was super cute. But and they always have little places where you can take pictures and, like, do a hashtag so that NEDA will see it, or that your walk is just, blowing up this hashtag. And it's just super fun and really just a great environment to be in.
Yeah. You can also donate to a specific event. Like, you can select a walk event. It's basically anywhere, like any city in a state. As I said before, like Dallas, Texas, and Charlotte, North Carolina. There's Seattle, Washington, and Tallahassee, Florida. You just donate to these different events, and it's amazing how people are willing to donate hundreds upon thousands of dollars to support people in this illness. It's great. So, from my experience going on a NEDA Walk, I just recently went on one, I think, back in September with you.
Yes.
And Hunter and Caitlin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whew, got the names right. Yes. And for me going to this for my first time, I had a great time. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being around the people that I care about, and supporting people in this illness, and just walking. Like, I love walking. And boy, let me tell you, I had a blast. Like, yeah. It was a lot of fun. Like, we got t-shirts, and we got to hear people's stories, which was very moving. And then everybody just got together and just walked around Bellarmine.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It was really nice. And Bellarmine's like this is just a little shout out to Bellarmine. Their little quad area is just so nice, and the walking area, it's the perfect amount to, it doesn't feel like you're walking so much, but it's still a nice walk. And they have little signs up that have little statistic kind of things, kind of to remind you why you're walking. And I remember that at my first walk over a year ago there, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is so cool. And it was just really nice. And at the one this year, the speakers, usually you'll hear from, people who are recovered or in recovering. But they had this guy speak who was actually the husband of someone with an eating disorder, which is a different perspective that you don't normally hear. So that was really nice to hear, and they always find like really good people to speak, and it's always just such a good time, and everyone, like, you know, we're all positive and it's really fun.
But yeah, we'll have everything linked down at the bottom of the description, you know, so that you can, if you forgot what it's called or anything like that, just come to this video, click down on that description, and you'll see all the links there for you. Yay. Okay, so let's see what else we have.
Yeah, there are some fundraising tools if you do want to participate. So there's like a participant package just to kind of like give you an overview of the kind of things you can do and how to fundraise in effective ways, and you know, just kind of raise as much money as you can. And then they have resources for if you want to be a team captain, or if you wanted to like get a company to help sponsor the walk, or how to do it on social media or offline. Like, so many things that you can find to help you fundraise. And even just like, you know, a little encouragement, they have fundraising rewards for every level of like certain money amounts that you get donated. So that's just a little motivation. It's all NEDA merch. It's all really nice. I got a hoodie one time. It was great. And yeah, so fundraising, not only is it like super fun and like really worth it, you could, if you like stuff, you know, just a little pro is those little things that you get for that. But of course it is more than that. So don't just do it for the prizes, because that's not why it's there. But they have a lot of sources for you.
So basically, yeah, it just on the page it also talks about, you know, the community, how to get involved and stay connected with everything. And, you know, you can sponsor a NEDA Walk, which is amazing. What else?
Yeah, like you can, if you work somewhere, you can ask your employer. It'll be like, hey, do you want to donate a certain amount to this NEDA Walk? Like for the Lexington NEDA Walk, I was one of the people that helped Tina organize it, and I was more of kind of, yeah, we had like meetings every month. It was fun anyway. And I was more on the side of like the kind of activities and things like that we could do, but there was also a group that would work on sponsors, and kind of we found sponsors that would donate things to put in like a raffle, or just some to show up and, you know, advertise their business, but also they donated an amount to the NEDA Walk. So if you wanted to ask your employer or a business that you know that might want to donate, that would be super fun. I actually got Panera, that's where I work at, the Panera in Georgetown. We got a lot of pastries over there, you know, for some walking snacks, and they were really popular, so that was really cool. But, you know, local businesses are usually cool about that kind of thing. So if you know someone, don't be afraid to ask them.
Yeah, you know, we just like that, make sure that everybody puts in their time and effort for supporting the NEDA Walk, and just NEDA in general, you know, because like the more support we have, the more, you know, happy people we have. And also, I should just throw in there just like a little fun fact. There's a definition for NEDA Warrior. Whoa. A NEDA Warrior, it's a noun, and it's defined as a brave fighter in the battle against eating disorders who walks to spread awareness, raise life-saving funds, and send the message that hope is real.
Yep, and they actually do have a Warriors Club kind of thing, which you're automatically like in there if you raise $1,000 or more for a NEDA Walk, and it'll kind of like put you out there as like someone who is really leading and treating and preventing eating disorders and supporting and advocating for them, and just for NEDA in general. So that's really cool. They have a page on that as well under the community tab on NEDAWalk.org. NEDA.org, and then even some warrior stories, kind of like their connection to the NEDA Walk and how much it's impacted them. Like some people, it was their first time going and they were like, oh my goodness, this was such an amazing experience, and how it encourages them to pursue recovery even further. And some people have been going to NEDA Walks for years, and it's just really cool to see all these people.
So be sure to come on this website and, you know, register to do the NEDA Walk, because I'm telling you right now, it is so much fun. And it's great to see how many people actually truly care in the world.
Mm-hmm. And they always make sure that, like, nothing that maybe around, like, any of the sponsors or any of the speakers, they make sure that nothing's triggering, or that there are no numbers, because numbers can really get into someone's head with that. They always keep it positive and really promote NEDA, and you know, it's a good time.
So if you feel comfortable, did you want to move on to the interview stuff?
Sure.
Okay. Or did you have any more stuff you want to talk about for the NEDA Walk?
I didn't have anything else.
Okay. So now we're gonna move away from the whole NEDA Walk talk, and now we're gonna go into the interviews. I interviewed one person, Abby interviewed another. Abby, you can go first.
Well, so when we interviewed Tina, since she's more kind of like all around eating disorders in NEDA, we didn't have so much on the NEDA Walk, because she actually, like, she would have loved to go to NEDA Walks before, but every time there's been a NEDA Walk in Kentucky, she's had a NEDA conference. So, but ever since she organized the walk in Lexington last year, she's been, like, pretty involved, I'd say, because organizing a walk does get you pretty involved pretty fast. And that was the most impactful NEDA event, like any NEDA event, because it was just the first walk there, and so many people were there and participated, and they would all come up to her and be like, I'm, like, so grateful, I love being here, thank you for doing this, it's been so much fun. And she really loves it. Like, she's already got obviously she's already got the next Lexington walk organized and on the website ready to register for that, which is super cool. So she loves it. She's getting more involved with the walks. She just usually goes to the conferences, you know, hears speakers, like, just kind of share knowledge on eating disorders. If there's something else that's popped up that might help treatment, share that, you know. She's just all over the place. And then you got...
I have Paige Sklar. It was originally supposed to be Jessica Hickman, but Jessica was sadly not able to answer these questions.
Yeah, I mean, she is the National Walks director, so if we even got a response from Jessica, I would have been, like, floored. But even just to get someone to respond from NEDA, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah, she's pretty much on the same level as Jessica. She is one of the lead coordinators for the NEDA Walks, so having her message us in place of Jessica means a lot, because that means we have an actual good interview. Woo!
Yay!
Yeah. But did you want to get into your questions, or do you want me to go into my questions and answer?
Of Tina, we didn't ask Tina as much about the NEDA Walks, since we were gonna more ask her about, like, eating disorders in general. So more, it was just kind of like, what was the most impactful event? Lexington NEDA Walk, you know, stuff like that. So I already went through my stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. I was just being, you know, super smooth with it, because I'm cool like that.
Alrighty. Well, I mean, on Tina. Great job, Abby. And I'm gonna go into the little interview that I had with Paige Sklar. Very, very straightforward, because I'm not that smooth. I asked her, like, first question is just like, why NEDA? And out of all associations, just Why would you choose NEDA? And she says that we are the largest nonprofit organization dedicated to supporting individuals and families affected by eating disorders. In the United States alone, 20 million women and 10 million men will suffer from an eating disorder at some point in their lives. However, the 10 million men, that's a lot of men statistics is believed to be much higher because men are less likely to admit that they are struggling with an eating disorder because of the stigma attached to the illness. Despite their increasing prevalence, eating disorders receive significantly less funding than other major mental illnesses, and support options are often inaccessible. As a result, too many families are left feeling helpless, hopeless, and frightened. This is where NEDA comes in. Through NEDA Walks, they are raising critical funds, restoring hope, and changing the conversation surrounding eating disorders. That's well wrapped.
Yeah, pretty much. Like the stigma around eating disorders, I feel like is kind of like super large because there's always like that image of someone with an eating disorder. They always picture someone super skinny. That's not always the case. They typically always picture a teenage girl. That is not always the case. And the stigma against guys really is real. Like at the first NEDA Walk I went to, there was a male athlete who spoke to us, and I mentioned this in one of the previous episodes as well, so if this is redundant, I'm sorry. But he told us his story about how one season he had to tell his coach, hey, listen, I can't play this season, I'm hospitalized. And then they were like, oh, that's terrible, what are you, like, what's wrong? And then he was like, oh, I'm hospitalized for an eating disorder. You know, that kind of took him by surprise, because it's like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, it does affect men, and it affects older people and athletes and younger people and literally like anybody. And I forgot what else.
You're fine.
Oops. Yeah, I really forgot what else I was gonna say. I was gonna say something else, but I forgot. Anyway.
For the second question, I asked her, what is the process of starting and or finding a location on running the NEDA Walk? Because there's so many locations out of the U.S., so I wanted to know how she would start one and find a right location for running it. And she said new NEDA Walks are being added all the time, and she did give me almost like a plug in a way. She was like, if you're interested in bringing a walk to your community, you can email us. I'll put that down on the link in the description. It's walks@nationaleatingdisorders.org, and then currently they host more than 95 plus walks around the country each year. So they may already have one in your community. So if you're let's say you're living down in Florida, there could be one down there, and you may not just know about it. But for the full list, we'll also put that down in the description. It's nedawalk.org/calendar, and it just gives information on that.
Yeah, and also on the homepage, they do have a tab where you can select a location that'll have all of the walks that are currently scheduled and going to happen, so you could find your state, your city. Like, for instance, my sister lives down in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, at the University of Alabama. Roll Tide. And apparently, I was just looking around. Sarah, there is a NEDA Walk on March 8th. Just letting you know. Okay. Anyway, that's all I had to say.
That's amazing. For question 3, I said, how can one join the NEDA Walk and or support it? She gave us a lot of good steps. There are many ways to get involved with the NEDA Walk. Number 1, become a walk coordinator. NEDA is not able to bring a walk to every town requested, but they will do their best work with you. They'll do their best. Step 2, you can join the NEDA Walk Planning Committee. The committee members play supportive roles in walk logistics, sponsorship, and donation solicitation. There we go.
Yeah.
I said that right.
Yeah, it takes a lot to organize. Like, I remember Tina, she was really worried about where she would have the walk, who the DJ would be, and all of these different things, because, that cost money that would go out of the fund that would go towards NEDA. And we got really lucky. BCTC, I don't think, charged us, which was really nice. I think. I'm not 100% sure on that. But it takes a lot of hard work to get something to work like that, especially to make sure that the most money possible is donated.
Right. Yay. Step 3, you can always volunteer at a NEDA Walk. They're always in search of a day of volunteers to support them, and volunteers insist to volunteers assist with tasks such as setup, registration, activities, and cleanup. They are so appreciative with all of the volunteers that decide to come and actually help. It's crazy how people will volunteer.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then if you do want to ask someone about that for a walk that you're interested in going, when you go to the homepage for that specific location's walk, it will have someone to contact in case you have any questions. So that's useful if you wanted to ask them, hey, I'm interested in helping set up. What time should I be there to help out? Or if you're just anything like that, there should be a contact person for every location.
Step 4, and the final step, is, not step, but the fourth thing you can do is sign up for your local walk and fundraise. Funds raised for the walks directly support, they directly support NEDA's life-saving programs and services. By fundraising, you are truly making a difference. The fourth question I asked her was what the history of the NEDA Walk. What is the history of the NEDA Walk and NEDA in general? And a lot of it's pretty interesting. NEDA was founded in 2001 through the merger of two other organizations. It was the Eating Disorders Awareness and Prevention, also known as EDAP, and the American Anorexia Bulimia Association, also known as ABA. In 2018, NEDA also merged with the Binge Eating Disorders Association?
Yeah, I think so. And then recently they merged with another one called the National Eating Disorder Association for Men, or somewhere around there, but merging with the one that's just for men because, we're not going to stigmatize. Okay, anyway.
Question 5 was, what are the benefits of joining NEDA? When you get involved with NEDA, you are joining a special community of advocates. When she attended her first NEDA Walk in 2016, the sense of community, hope, and strength that she felt at this event was overwhelming and made her realize that no one is ever alone. There are also many other ways to get involved with NEDA. You can always look up the Get Involved page. We briefly talked about it a bit in the previous episode about NEDA in general and how you can get involved with the regional conferences, legislative advocacy, the body project, and much more.
Yeah, there are plenty of ways to get involved.
And the final question for this one is, I asked her what was her experience with NEDA, and she said a lot of quite lengthy stuff. So we're gonna go over all of it. You're gonna have to sit through this and just listen. Even
like they have it for the past 28 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
She said NEDA's mission means a lot to her personally. So she became a helpline volunteer in March of 2017. She then became a walker coordinator herself for 2 years and attended and interned in the Walks program, in addition to maintaining a helpline volunteer. Her experience as a volunteer offered her a tremendous amount of opportunities, and she always felt like that she was truly making a difference in the lives of those affected by eating disorders. She now works full-time at NEDA's Development Associate, working in the Walks program and assisting with other general development tasks. Wow.
Yeah,
But thank you, Paige, if you're listening to this, Paige Sklar. Thank you for messaging us back. You know, it was very, very helpful getting your input, getting the input of somebody who works on the NEDA Walks. You really helped us out there a lot. Thank you. Anything else you want to talk about, or anything?
I mean, I don't think so. I think we pretty much covered everything.
Alrighty. Well, I think it's safe to say that this concludes our trilogy of, the NEDA series. The MAV presents the NEDA Mini trilogy, or the Mini Series. Oops.
Okay.
But I hope you guys really enjoyed this mini series. All this should be going up pretty soon. If you're watching this right now, hello. If you made it this far, go down to the comments and put down pizza is great. And also put down what your favorite pizza is. My favorite pizza is pineapple pizza.
I'm hoping with ham.
Yes, I like Hawaiian pizza.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just clarifying, because just pineapple would be kind of weird.
Yeah.
But Hawaiian pizza's good.
Wait a minute, I only answered that question. What's your favorite pizza?
My favorite pizza. Oh no. I'm not picky. Let's put it that way. If I were to go with a basic kind of pizza, depends on where it's from, but probably either like cheese pizza or sausage pizza. It's good. But, there are other places where I like to get fancy pizzas.
But again, I hope you guys really enjoyed this mini-series.
Yeah.
Abby and I had a lot of fun working on it, so Abby, thank you for being a great partner in this project.
Aw, thank you.
So, please leave a like, comment, especially the question that I said last time, and turn on the notifications so that you guys can get new updates on cool, interesting MAV podcasts, and also our social media will be down there, and it would be grateful if you guys just went down there and followed all through. But yeah, this is Eli, one of the co-hosts,
And Abby.
and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.
Bye.